welcome, Epic Understanding family. We have Christian from Streamyard. That's not his real last name, but I'm just attaching it on to him. Christian,
Hey, how
I'm
you
so
doing?
excited to have you.
Thanks a lot for having me on. It's
Mhm.
fun talking about StreamYard backstage before we got started here. Um, Going through a lot of the really cool things that you can do with StreamYard. I know we were talking about like voice of God mode, and let's see, we're also talking about like audio avatars and different camera switching and whatnot. So thanks a lot for having me, by the way. So what questions do you have for me?
You know what? You can hear me right now, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That is what you just taught me. He taught me this like what? It didn't even take a whole minute.
No,
This
I needed to record your like facial expression because it was pretty awesome because this has happened twice actually. It happened also last night. I was doing an Amazon live show, and I was showing my co-host something,
Mhm.
and she was actually it was can't remember. It was actually I think we were talking about like switching like the HDMI connector or something like that, and she was like something she's been wanting to learn how to do, and I was like, yeah, all you need is this like $10 adapter. And she's
Uh-huh.
like, what? And it was like, and I was and I was like, I put her on the spot with it. It was really funny. It was a good show actually. But no, thanks for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Awesome. And you know what? I just did something. It's switching the screens and I can like move people around. I
Yeah.
learned that in less than a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
so a big part about, listen, I'm just like giving a little bit of a testimony. A big part about StreamYard is that the average Joe can learn it honestly pretty quickly and you can produce high quality stuff. And so I'm really excited about it. But I've been, going on about it. Christian, what is StreamYard? What is
So
this?
good, very good question, actually. So if you want to do live streaming, you can go stream to Facebook or YouTube, and you can go directly on the platforms and stream there. However, what StreamYard does is it allows you to multi-stream. It allows you to record, for example, an interview. You can also do like screencast tutorials. So you basically, the bottom line is it's a live streaming software, and it has multi-streaming capabilities, meaning I can go live, for example, like we're doing right now, and then I can simulcast it out to multiple social media platforms or even some third-party platforms. For
Mhm.
example, I can push it out to Facebook. If I'm on a Facebook page or a Facebook group or my profile, I can push it out there. I can also stream out to YouTube, LinkedIn, if you're approved for that, Twitch. Let's see. There's Twitter / Periscope support. I'm trying to think if I left out any of the other ones. It doesn't. We don't support Instagram, but that's also because, well, Instagram doesn't allow streaming from anything outside of their mobile app.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's basically it's the ability to go live and then broadcast out to all these destinations. So if you built that audience on social media, if you've got a Facebook following or a Twitter following or a YouTube channel, you got a lot of subscribers. It's a great
Uh-huh.
way to get your message out there. So it's ideally for streaming.
Okay. A fun trick that I used it for today, I
What
actually
was that?
used it for in place of Zoom.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. I personally, I use it for meetings.
Uh-huh.
So for example, like I can use it to live stream, but
Mhm.
at the same time, other things I can also use it for example, I have a podcast that I host and it's called Launch Your Live. And we basically, we talk about anything about live video, like repurposing content,
Mhm.
tools, how to make your smartphone into a webcam, all that other fun stuff. However, what we also do with it is we use it, for example, like you and I right now, we're able
Okay.
to we're live and we're talking to one another and everything else on the internet that's seeing it. However, what we do is we just open the StreamYard dashboard and then I actually broadcast to a YouTube channel, a private YouTube channel. So like, for example, I could be interviewing you right now and then I have a mixer here and I actually can record. So I'm recording just the audio into my mixer and then I'm broadcasting it out to YouTube. So I'm actually getting two pieces of content off of this. So you can use it for podcasting, you don't have to go live. For example, you can use it to conduct meetings. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, you and I were backstage beforehand and we were just chatting over video,
Right.
and it wasn't being recorded. It wasn't being broadcast out. We were literally just there in the dashboard talking, having a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great way to use it. You can also use it. So for example, if you're on, so you get the ability to download a video track. So for example, if you want to just go on and record some messages for people, you can start your StreamYard broadcast and you
Right.
can record various, like say you want to stitch together a video tutorial, you can
Uh-huh.
record just the sessions. You can record messages to people that you can then download and send out. Or you can also just download the audio, which is also extremely helpful.
Yes. You know what? StreamYard is a fantastic tool, and something we haven't said about it as of yet, it's free to get started.
Yeah, no,
And it's
absolutely.
free forever to get started,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know?
And that's honestly, that's like the best place for everyone to start. So, if you're a business and you're trying to build up your online presence and you want to, say you want to stream out to YouTube and Facebook, use the tool, use StreamYard.
Mhm.
And very easy to get started. A couple of things you also just want to remember with it. If you're going to, like, if you're not sure which platform to stream to, here's what most people do. This is what people used to do, or at least I can tell
Okay.
you, I used to do this. I'd stream to Facebook. I would download my Facebook video. I'd go over to YouTube. I'd publish the video. I'd download the video. So from Facebook, I'd go to YouTube. I'd re-upload the video. So you're talking, like depending on your internet, a lot of wasted time. However, now
Exactly.
all I have to do is go live once, and then I tell it what destinations I want to go to, and that same feed goes to both those destinations.
Mhm.
So it's a big time saver. In addition to that, though, if you're somebody who, for example, you're creating online courses, you could
Mhm.
also use it for that,
Mhm.
because you can produce your own show and you can mix different mediums. For example, we could have, you and I could be on screen, and then let's say you were going to go teach something. You could share your screen and you can show your audience what you're doing, and you could be on screen actually talking them through this, or you don't have to be on screen. You can actually talk over it as well. So definitely a very useful tool.
It is
So
really friendly, and I knew I was going to be talking to you today, and so my mind just kind of started wondering. And it really
yeah,
asked this question. This is a goofy question,
sure.
but why would Grandma want to use StreamYard?
Part of it's going to, well, there's quite a few things actually. Part of it's the ease of use. So we have a couple of or three, we have three pillars. And so ease of use is obviously the key one. So we don't add features just for the sake of adding features. We
Uh
add
huh.
features and make sure that we don't complicate the process. So we make it very easy to use. Actually, a friend of mine, he has his mother, I think, who's 70 something, 80
Uh
maybe.
huh.
Hopefully I got that right. I might hear from him on that, but 70, 80 years old. And she actually just started her own live stream. And so she's doing it herself. Pretty fantastic.
It
So,
is.
so that's, so the ease of use is one. The next is going to be stream stability. So a lot of people, when they want to get into live streaming, they get into live streaming. And, if this is what I used to do. I had a lot of expensive software, and I realized it doesn't run on every computer.
Mm-hmm.
I would then, if I bought the software, which was like $800 to $1,000, I
Uh
bought
huh.
the software, then I have to buy a computer that could support all of that. And then I have to have the internet connection to also support that. However, the big thing is, well, that can be a very expensive endeavor.
Uh
And
huh.
so you don't need all that because StreamYard it's browser based. So,
Right.
you can log into your web browser, whether you're on a laptop, desktop, or mobile phone or tablet, and you can go live right from there. So that's the second reason.
That's really
Mm,
cool. So list off, please, just really quickly.
Sure.
What are the basic things that someone needs for StreamYard?
Oh, by the way, I did want to add there was a third pillar, and the third pillar is professionalism. So it's the ability to make your streams look professional. For example,
Mm-hmm.
right now you and I have, you've customized this. You've got a custom logo up there in the top corner. You can
Mm-hmm.
add an intro video. You can add an outro video. You can add custom overlays depending on the view that you're in. And you've obviously got the lower thirds, and you've got some themes you can pick from. So
Yeah.
professionalism is also really important because it's easy to go live. You don't have to have an expensive computer to be able to do this. You can go live from pretty much any computer, and it looks professional.
Absolutely.
So let's go back to your question. So what's your next question?
So, you know what? I'm going to go back to grandma.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So when I was thinking, like, why would grandma want to use StreamYard? Number one, it's a really easy way for her to document every story in memory that she ever had, and never think about running out of space, because it can easily go to YouTube that's private. No one else has to see it.
Yeah.
And it'll only go to the people she sends the link to.
Right. Yeah. So that's a really good point, actually. You know, you can stream to an unlisted YouTube channel or a private channel, and then that way the only people that see it are the people that get that link or the people that you invite to see the content. So all she has to do is set up a YouTube channel, and she doesn't have to do much there. She could just go to youtube.com, create a new account, put in an email address, get set up, and then in StreamYard, all she's going to have to do is she's going to go over to StreamYard, connect the destinations. YouTube does need, they need maybe 24, 48 hours, depending on, you know, if you've ever streamed there before. And then, you know, once she gets approved for streaming, she can start streaming right there. So very simple.
Really awesome. Christian, they want to know what kind of camera are you using? You get that all the time, right? Everybody wants.
I get this all the time, actually. Actually, what was really funny was I was just talking with a friend of mine about my camera. And they were like, what camera are you using? And I was like, well, which one are you using? And they told me what they're using. And they're like, yeah. They're like, and I didn't tell them what I was using. They said, oh, you know, it was, they're like, oh, I'm using, this is a Sony A6400. And so what was really funny was they said, oh, you know, they said it was good, but they said it was a little bit grainy.
Okay.
And I was like, well, guess what? I'm using the same exact camera you are. So they were actually really surprised with that. It gave me quite the kick because, yeah, it's a Sony A6400. I have a Sigma lens on it. And then this behind me is just a vinyl backdrop. And then the key thing is just having good lighting. So I will say, if you do want a good fallback camera, this is the other one. And I can send you links to put all this stuff out there if people have questions. So I'm using the Sony A6400 in front of me. And the key thing is getting it dialed in. When I first got this, I didn't set it up right. And so it literally took me 30 minutes. And then the next thing is, this is what I normally would stream with. It's a Logitech Brio. As you can see, I haven't even taken the plastic off this thing. So Logitech Brio, it's got a little privacy shutter on it, for example. This can stream up to 4K quality, but this is my backup, basically, in the off chance that my regular camera goes down.
Got it. And do you think it's the lens that you put on your camera that makes it so cool? Because, you know, I've hung out with you a few times, Chris.
Yeah.
And I have personally heard that question like 5 or 6 times. I can't imagine how many times you get it.
This is the funny thing. I always joke with all my friends and all my influencers and stuff that I'm talking with. So everybody we always have the same conversation. It doesn't matter what the show is about. It always delves into equipment. It's so ironic. But yeah, no, I get this question a ton, but yeah, it's partly the camera and the lens, but lighting is key. So for example, my lights right now they're above me, like at an angle. So I have a ring light and it's shining down.
Yeah.
And so I've got that. And then I have the backdrop. So then that's giving it something to sort of bounce off of. And then the other part, so the reason I adjusted the lighting previously was because I had it right in front of me. And the problem was the camera's in front of me. I've got a monitor in front of me as well. So it was hitting all of this and it was creating shadows and all that other stuff. So optimal setup is key.
I think that's the ticket, because you having that white background is so super cool. It is so super cool. And it just, it makes the lighting really work. And then, and then on top of that, the other day when you showed me that was freaking hit it for the audience. I couldn't believe that wasn't like a real wall.
Yeah. I'll do that again.
I was like, what?
Not a real wall. Nope. Yeah.
It looks so good. It looks so good. I think that is really cool.
It's a $50 to $60 printed vinyl stand. And so basically I just bring it up and I leave it there. And then you can have different ones made. You can have something created called a step and repeat background.
Uh-huh.
Those, for that, I have one of those. It's a much larger one, and it's got my logo, and it's got my logo, and it's got my website on it.
Okay.
But I have this one for like pretty much everything else. So if you
Okay.
kind of think about it, like if I'm doing live streams and, do I always want to have my logo in the background? Not necessarily. So in this case, I've got a standard wall behind me. I know a lot of people though, like I know you have a physical background, a physical wall behind you.
Right.
What a lot of people will do, by the way, we'll get to your questions in a second. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So what a lot of people will also do, or they've been doing is, they'll either have one of these or they will put a physical item behind them. So for example, it could be a shelf, like, one of
Uh-huh.
those IKEA bookshelves. They'll put that
Yeah.
behind them with some objects on it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically create a real virtual set.
Okay. Okay.
So
I got it.
yeah.
I got it. That's really cool. But these are some of the basic questions that are wandering through your mind. You just
Yeah.
want to get it. You want to get it right.
Yeah.
But you know what
Uh,
I figured out?
What's that?
There is no right. There's only right now
Well,
for this type of thing.
that's actually true. Yeah. So the one thing that's really important when you're starting to live stream, and there's a question I think in the comments about like your Apple laptop with a built-in camera.
Uh-huh.
We'll bring that up here. Go ahead and bring that up, and I'll
Okay.
answer
Got
that.
it.
But what I want to say was, to your point, you want to make sure you start with what you have. So, for
Exactly.
example, if you've got a laptop with a built-in webcam, just know that the webcams aren't that great.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need to, it's obviously, the laptop's what, about this thick. So you need
Uh-huh.
to put a lot of light to make it look good. The other thing is, for example, what a lot of people will do, this is a very basic tip. So what a lot of people do is they have their laptop like right here in front of them. And then what they do is they angle the lid. So when you angle the lid, it's like, okay, yeah, it looks a little bit better, but it's like, it's looking up at you, right? And
Okay.
so the smart thing to do is to get an everyday object. Maybe it's a box, like a sturdy
Uh-huh.
box, a pile of books that your laptop can sit on, and raise it up to eye level. So that way you can look directly into the camera. So if that's the only camera you've got right now, use that. Going back to the Apple laptop question, can you bring that up, by the way?
Absolutely.
And by the way, I need to show you how to.
Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. What did I do? I thought? Oh no, I got it. Great.
Yeah. So while I'm doing that, do me a favor. Can you go into the let's see, I think it's general actually. Go in and adjust the option. There's an option that says move our video up when we bring the comments in.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
I'll let you do that. And the reason I say this because, like, for example, there's just some little things like
I
right
am
now.
learning on the fly. Okay, I'm in general. It says shift video up.
Yes.
Okay.
Check that box. And now let's go back and take the
It's
check it.
checked.
Okay.
Uncheck. Do you want me to uncheck it?
No, check it. Go ahead, uncheck it and then check it back.
Okay.
And then let's do this. Let's go back out to the same screen. Change the view to where it's the zoomed out view of us.
Okay.
Okay. And now uncheck your comment. So turn the comment off, turn it back on. Let's see if that. Okay. So I think we got to see what you got set up there. You can go back to the other view. It's fine. So answering this person's question. So for example, by the way, the Facebook user icon that's showing there, they do need to authenticate,
Right.
which would bring in their picture and their name if they want to do that. But so your question, if the Apple laptop has a built-in camera, do you have to disable it somehow to use the external? You do not actually. So the great thing is all you have to do is plug in your webcam. So like, for example, if you're going to use the built-in webcam, all you do is just start up StreamYard. There's an option for video you select, or it should be the only option you see. It would show your camera. Now, if you plug in one of these, you're going to have an option in StreamYard, and it's going to show you both options, actually. And actually, let me see if I can do this on my end. I'm going to bring up my StreamYard dashboard, and what we'll do is I'll share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Just give me a second to get into there. Okay, so let's go in there. Let me mute this. Let me stop the camera. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you're going to see just a second. I'm going to bring in my screen as well so you can show that. Okay, I
This
think
is so
let's see if this is
cool.
the right one. Let's see if this is the right one. Yeah, there we go. So do me a favor,
Okay,
bring that
I
in.
got it. Bam.
Okay, and then click the there's a little square box on top of it. Yeah, click that. Yeah, perfect. So we basically are soloing this. So what
Okay.
we're basically doing here. So for example, if I go into cam mic settings here and I go to camera, here's what I'm going to see. I'm going to see my FaceTime camera.
Uh-huh.
Can you guys see that? I think, or no? No, you
Yeah,
can't.
we see it.
Does
Uh-huh.
it change or no? Oh, good. It did change. Okay, good. Okay, so if I select that, it's going to give me a drop down. It's going to give me the option of the FaceTime HD camera.
Okay.
And then you're going to see a couple other options here. You're going to see Blackmagic Design and Re-Incubate Camera. Those are two types of cameras I have set up.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically all you have to do is pick the one you want to use.
That's really, it's so simple, these things for us to figure out. It is so simple, but I want to just really plug your live streaming show
Yeah,
with
sure.
StreamYard. It's
Yeah.
it
The
pops
live
out
stream
of,
review, live
yeah,
stream reviews. Yeah.
yeah. It is really, really cool. And just watching it, you learn so much.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It wouldn't be possible without the guests and everyone that comes on and asks questions. Basically, it's a show that we do. I do every single Saturday, or I do on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
Mm-hmm.
with Letitia Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do basically is we open up the floor. So if people have a live show, they come on, and we have them ask questions. For example, we have them like tell us like, hey, what's their show about? And
Mm-hmm.
then to bring their question. And so sometimes their questions are like equipment related, they're audio related, they're, hey, I get echo with this type of connection.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a phone and I've got a tablet and they're in the same room. How do I, minimize the echo? Some people will ask about, their show name, ways to promote their show, how to monetize their show. And so we just pretty much take all the questions that we get and answer them. So, and that's, and I think you've got a link. Do you have a link to that, or do you need me to send you one?
Please do send a link
Cool.
because I want
There
to
you
make sure that everybody knows about it. Like, this is one of the best things that I've seen on StreamYard, or really, I mean, I don't know any other software company that's sitting up there offering you live tutorials. And it's like, okay, this is what I've been doing. And then the people come on
Yeah.
and they teach you how to do it
Yeah.
right there. I mean, that is the best.
Definitely. Yeah. And, and here's the thing. I mean, I love helping people. So, a lot of times sometimes I don't know the question I'm going to get, but, I love live streaming. And so I like being able to take the tech and break it down and explain it to people. By the way, there are some really good comments I saw. So we had
let me go back
comments. We had somebody asking, does StreamYard work with YouTube? Yes, you can connect YouTube. You can connect multiple destinations. You can connect, as I mentioned, you can connect a Facebook profile, a Facebook page, a Facebook group. If you're approved for LinkedIn, you can connect a LinkedIn page, a LinkedIn event, a LinkedIn profile. You can simulcast to multiple YouTube channels. You can connect to Periscope. You can connect to Twitch. And then you can do something what's called RTMP. And RTMP is actually where it's really cool. So RTMP allows you to connect to third-party services that don't offer direct integrations. For example, I have a show. I'm gonna drop a link here in the private chat, but feel free to put this in the comments.
Okay, I will.
And so this is an Amazon live show that I do, and I do it through StreamYard. So I do it through StreamYard out to Amazon on Amazon Live.
You know what? I was just going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you, does it work with Amazon? But it does, right?
It does. So the way it works is you have to connect it into StreamYard. This is so that, like, for example, you and I could, if we're doing it by ourselves, we can just use the Amazon app that's available.
Okay.
But if we're going to be doing it with a co-host, I always recommend using a co-host if you can, because it makes it easier to have more discussion and dialogue. You don't feel like I'm doing this and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to pay attention to all the comments. You can have both things going on at the same time. So very simple. You just connect it into StreamYard as a destination. There's an RTMP option. Once that's done, then you just start the broadcast from StreamYard, and then you go to your mobile phone and you can start the broadcast there, and it pushes it out. So
now, what does RTMP mean? What does that mean?
Good question. Okay, so that's a really good question, actually. So it's real-time messaging protocol.
Oh, okay.
So it's it's sort of a, how can I explain it? It's one of those things where it seems very technical,
Mm-hmm.
but it basically is just doing this. So you get what's called a stream key and a stream URL from a destination. For example, Amazon, D Live. So like some people like to stream with like D Live's like a sort of tied into like Bitcoin.
Okay.
Blockchain. Sorry, it's tied into blockchain. So
Okay.
people get, it sounds confusing. I actually have an article, by the way, on that, on how to stream a custom RTMP, but it lets you stream out to all these different channels that are not Facebook and Twitter and, YouTube and Periscope
Mm-hmm.
and LinkedIn and whatnot. So there's lots of really cool things you can do with, you can do Amazon Live. Some people want to stream to their own server. They want to, if they're, for example, doing a religious service, they may
Okay.
want to stream out to like, they might want to go through very specific equipment. So they might want to use that instead of let's push this out to Facebook and the other social platforms.
Okay, I got it. So, did you say you are going to do a show on that, or you have already done it?
On RTMP or what? On which part?
On RTMP, like how that all fits together. Are you going to do one?
So I dropped a link to that, but we're gonna do. I actually have a video coming out on that actually, on custom RTMP. Yeah, to kind of explain how people can use it, because it is something that it sounds very technical, but it really isn't. It's just taking like let's say you want to stream to Amazon Live. So on Amazon, for example, on my phone, I pretty much go to my phone and there's an Amazon app. It's called Creator.
Okay.
Amazon Creators. And so basically I set up my broadcast and it creates the key and the URL for me.
Okay.
And all I do is copy it. I go over to StreamYard. I add the destination and it's paste the URL and paste the stream key. That's it.
Believe it or not, I mostly understood that. The only part that I don't get is because like you put in the destinations into StreamYard, but they're pre-put in. So I think I would need to see that done.
Yeah.
But other than that, I actually get it. That's really
pretty
cool.
easy, actually. Let me see if I can pull up my dashboard actually. I might have one already set up. So let's see.
I just start to nerd out, for a better word, but when I start getting this knowledge, it makes me happy. My mind just goes ping, 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 ping.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up my screen again, and I'll share this so people can see this. Okay, so this is the StreamYard dashboard. So we've got destinations, and so we've got all of these different ones. We've got Facebook, we've got LinkedIn, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and whatnot. So we've got custom RTMP here.
Oh,
very simple. And so once we add this, we then just get the server URL and the stream key, and we paste them in here and say add destination.
Okay. And when you're doing a RTMP, so to speak, you have to do that maybe every single time. Is that what it is?
No, you actually only have to set it up once.
What?
So for example, for Amazon Live, what I did, I had to make sure I got it right, obviously. So I go into my mobile phone. I have the Amazon Creators app. I set the broadcast up there, and they give me a URL and a key, and then all I have to do is go over to StreamYard, enter it once, and then now every week I want to do a show, I create a new broadcast, I select that destination, and then I hit start on StreamYard, and I start it on my phone, and it goes live.
Okay, so it's once you set it up, it's totally like any other time?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's like it's extremely easy to do. It seems a little confusing, but it really isn't as bad. A lot of people think like, oh, it's it's tough to do, but no, it's not. You just set it up once.
I have learning dopamine going on. I am high off of learning.
No, this is good. I mean, here's the thing. I love like helping people, so no, this is really good.
This is the most cool thing. So people, let me know if you want Christian to come back because I want him to come back. This has been cool. I'm going to try to get him to do like maybe 5 tricks of the trade or something like that when he comes back.
I could I could do that right now if we needed to. So,
what you want to know? Okay, we'll do an extended stay. We normally go 30 minutes, but we'll do an extended stay. We'll do that. We'll do that for you guys. Come on, give us some hot tricks of the trade.
Let's see. Okay, so let's see. So we talked about voice. So what kind of tricks do you want here?
We want to know how to get advertisers.
That's a good one. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at some of these questions. Okay, so let me actually read through these real quick, by the way. Arthur, yeah, definitely watch the replay. If you have questions, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, and this was somebody just saying absolutely they want you to come back. That's what this is.
Cool. Okay, so like, how do you get advertisers? I think part of it is you have to get good, but you also you have to make sure don't be afraid to reach out to people as well. Some places, some of them will actually just like they'll sponsor a stream. So for example, if you're using someone's product, maybe you want to reach out to them and say, hey, can I work some sort of arrangement out with you? They might say like, hey, someone might say like, hey, we'll give you, free product, or they might give you access to their software, things like that, in exchange for sponsorship on your show. Now, a lot of times, they will look at, your account and say like, well, hey, how many subscribers do they have? If you got like a handful of subscribers and you're not really driving any views, it's hard to ask for sponsorship. So what you need to do is you need to improve that. And that's, producing good content, making sure you're, building that subscriber base, and then don't be afraid to ask people. So that's going to be the first thing. So ask people, whether it's to be on your show, or, if you want to get them to sponsor your show.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's gonna be the first thing. What else? What other questions you got? And I'll answer that authentication one. Yeah.
Okay. I want to check out, you actually, maybe it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, you actually helped me build my banner.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Can you show, because it wasn't hard.
Right.
It wasn't hard, but you do have to kind of get it right.
Sure. What question do you have?
Basically, where do you go can you bring up your YouTube and just kind of show how you would personalize your banner?
Sure. Which one do you want me to bring up? My own? What channel?
Yeah, bring up your own.
I've got quite a few channels here. So
bring up what you like. Show us what you have.
Well, since we're talking about StreamYard, how about I pull up the StreamYard one?
Okay, that works.
Okay, so let me get that pulled up and then we'll go from there. And in the meantime, so I saw that user was asking about authenticating. So they can go to, let me see, I think it's streamyard.com. Yeah. So go to streamyard.com/Facebook. And actually, you can put that in the comments for somebody. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you.
Okay.
I just dropped it in the private chat for you. And you can, if you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, we're going to pull up 2 things here. So first thing, I'll show you what this looks like. It looks like this.
Okay.
So streamyard.com/Facebook. So if you bring that into the broadcast,
I'm pulling this up.
Okay. So that's the first thing. The person who needs to authenticate and show their photo and their name, go to streamyard.com/Facebook.
Okay.
So what that's going to do is it's going to bring in, it's going to authenticate. And so then that's going to allow StreamYard to actually then bring in your photo and your name. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the first thing. And then now let me go ahead and bring up the second thing, which was the StreamYard account.
And you want to know what?
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I kind of just want to talk about when you're putting your StreamYard into Facebook in the first place. It's not hard, but it does take like 2 or 3 steps. You have to add the StreamYard, give it permission.
Yeah.
Then after you give it permission, you have to then go back into StreamYard and set it up as a destination.
Definitely. Yeah. So you do have to go into StreamYard. You have to add the best practice, I would say, is log into StreamYard, add your destinations. So there's a destination section, either at the top of your broadcast or along the side. And so add your destination. And then the benefit to that is that way you can have them ready to go. You don't have to deal with like, well, did I, oh, I didn't set this up, because sometimes people will run into some issues like setting,
Okay.
like might run into an issue like trying to get Facebook connected, for example.
Okay.
And so what'll sometimes happen is, they'll try to do that, and then what may end up happening is they get an error message or something like that.
Okay.
So that's the first thing I would do is set my destinations. And by the way, I'm gonna put another link here in the comments for you if you want to share this out. Like,
Okay.
this is for people that if they want to get signed up for StreamYard, go ahead and sign up. It's free.
Oh,
I would actually 100% recommend signing up. Sign up. It's
yes.
free.
Sign up.
And then you can grow. That's the great thing. So sign up for the free plan, and then you can grow into the basic and then the pro plan. They're going to allow you to connect more destinations, increase the quality that you're streaming, and so forth. So, okay, let me get my YouTube channel pulled up. Or, how about this? Why don't we pull up you want to do my YouTube channel, or you want me to just show yours, or what do you want to do?
No, do yours or StreamYard,
Okay, we'll do the StreamYard one here. We'll do the StreamYard one. Okay, so you should see the StreamYard channel here.
Okay, I do.
Okay, cool. So for example, what do we want to know about this?
So we want to know, you see how we can tell that this is a StreamYard channel and it's particular to StreamYard, and there's not a bunch of, it's just really clean.
Yeah.
How does someone get it to look like that?
For starters, I mean, the first thing you're going to start with is obviously your channel name.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, this is your name, and then you have a URL at the top. So it's like youtube.com/StreamYard. However, so you want to make sure your name makes a lot of sense. So like, it's like branding your business. So brand your business, and then, your name is important, because then when people search for StreamYard, hopefully your channel is going to come up. So that'd be the first thing is, get your channel named correctly. Now, once you get to, I think it's 100 subscribers, you can change the URL that you're going to get. So like, you can get the fancy youtube.com/StreamYard URL. So that's going to be really important, right?
Yes.
And then from there, that's where then we're going to get into some basic stuff. We're going to get into, changing out our logo that's going to show up. For example, it shows up here in the top corner, and it shows up right here. And then this is channel art that we can create as well.
And where would you go to change that? How would you change that?
How would I change the channel art? I would first I'd log into my account, and then let me actually, I thought you were going to ask me how to actually go about creating that channel art. So,
okay. Well, no, I think you get the art because you can like hire out to get the art or whatever, or you can customize it yourself. But once you have it, you have to get it in there just right in order for it to look okay. Because I remember when I first created mine, it just looked bad because I couldn't get it right, centered.
Yeah. So what I would do for something like that. Okay. So as you can see, when I hover over this, it gives me a camera icon, and all I have to do is click on that. And actually, let's see what this actually brings up. Yeah, so actually, let me switch my screen real quick, and I'll show you this. And by the way, I just dropped a link in there. So if anybody wants to create their own channel art, that's the tool I'd recommend using. And there's a reason I'd suggest doing that. Actually, I'll bring up a couple of windows here. So do me a favor, share my window here. You'll see the StreamYard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the way this works is, for example, this is my profile picture. So this is the small duck logo you see here. It's the one that you saw on the side next to my channel name. Now, the next thing is this banner image. And as you can see, we know what size they want us to use. However, what a lot of people do is they just, they go in there and they just start adding stuff. And it becomes too busy. So you can go in here, and for example, this will give us, like, for example, if I go in here, it'll let me select a file, and then I can actually decide what gets cropped in on the image.
Okay.
But that's just, and then obviously you can put a video watermark if you want to as well. But that's as simple as it is. To get your branding uploaded to your YouTube channel.
I got it. Now, do me a favor, if you can, while you're in your YouTube channel, can you show them how to stack the videos? Because when the videos are in playlists and stuff like that, it's really easy, but you get so much bang for your buck when you do that. It looks organized.
Yes. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to stop this screen and show you another one. And if y'all have questions, let me know. I'll answer them. So let's see. So go ahead and share that one when you have a chance.
Okay. Done.
Okay. So what I basically did, so on the front of your YouTube channel, when you log in, there's a button that says customize channel. It's a blue button. You click the blue button and it's going to take you to this channel customization option. And so what I want to show you, what's really important is when people hit your YouTube channel, if you go to youtube.com/StreamYard, you're going to see a whole bunch of shelves of videos. Now, what a lot of people will do is this. They will just show the latest one that they uploaded. And if you upload a lot of videos, it's okay. But if you're starting to upload more and more content, you don't want somebody to have to go through all of these different videos to find the right one. What I would do is, as you can see what I have here, so you can do what are called featured sections. And so you can have up to 10 of these. And so like, for example, if you're doing live streaming, all you do is say add section. So I've already got 10 in here. So I'd have to remove one of these by clicking like the 3 dots and remove the section. However, you'd want to go in here, you say add section. There's an option that says live now. So you can just, and by the way, you can just drag these around and you drag them to where you want them. So I put the live now option at the top. I got rid of the upload one. Then what I did was I made, so let's do upcoming streams. These are the ones that are coming up. And so you can click on this and you can actually go in and you can edit what this goes in. So when you schedule a live stream, it's going to always go into this shelf. And then this is going to show on the front of my StreamYard channel, or sorry, my YouTube channel. And then from there, what I can do is I can go into individual playlists. So for example, we've got one on product updates. We've got the weekly town hall that we do. And every one of these gets added here. So as you can see, I can edit the contents and I can view the playlist. Let's just edit the contents. So for example, I can go in and I can say, okay, I could change this playlist very simply just by doing that if I wanted to, or I can click view playlist and let me see what you're seeing there. Yeah. So if I click view playlist, it takes me into the playlist with all of the videos and I can drag and reorder them. And then all I have to do is just save it. And then now when I go back to my YouTube channel on the front, they will see all of these different shelves that I've set up here.
And honestly, Chris, I have to say, the 2 things that I did to upgrade my YouTube channel was get my videos in shelves and organized, and then to get my banner right. It changed it from looking junky to looking professional and smart.
Definitely, yeah. And I'd almost say less is more. So for example, if you have 10, if you're like a big YouTuber and you've got like 10 playlists going on, great. But if you're just getting started and it's like, oh, I've got one video and then I've got, and I don't want to put the same video in all of the playlist. If I've only got 1 or 2 videos, I want to do one video and then I want to like build on that. And by the way, speaking of channels, you want to make sure that everything you put in your channel, that you're very clear about what it is. And the reason is this. So for example, let's say I'm starting a YouTube channel and I have various interests. So I'm interested in like cooking. And then let's say I'm interested in basketball or something. So I don't want to put basketball and video, and I don't really want to put those videos together. And the reason is because YouTube doesn't know what my channel is about at that point. So on the front of your channel, you're going to have like some tags that you can put in. Basically, they're telling the channel people what the channel's about. And so if I'm putting basketball videos up and I'm putting cooking videos, I'm attracting 2 different audiences.
Absolutely.
Instead, I may want to create 2 YouTube channels. So, and the benefit here is that I can build 2 different audiences. So
that's awesome. That's really awesome. Let's get this last question in here. What do I do when it says your pop is too small to display this page? Please enlarge to display. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
Where are you getting that message at? Actually, that's the first question I have. So, are you getting that in StreamYard? Are you getting that in Facebook? I don't know what POP is. You figured it out. Okay, good.
I figured it out.
What was that actually? Tell me what your answer was.
What?
I don't know really where you were at.
That's news to me. Well, you know what?
It could be the picture, maybe. I don't know if it was supposed to say like the picture was too small, maybe. So that's the key thing. Like so this is a really important point. So if you're going to upload a photo across any of your channels, one thing you want to make sure you do, always take a high resolution photo. So like on your smartphone, for example, you can go into the camera settings and there's options to go in and you can adjust the quality of your camera. So you can adjust. So basically you can set the camera so that, it's taking a photo at a higher resolution. Now the benefit is, okay, it's going to create bigger files, but it's going to create better looking photos as well. So they're going to be higher resolution. And the benefit here is so that when I want to do something with that photo, say I want to put it on a Facebook profile, when I put it in as my photo, it doesn't have a little bit of data to work with. It has a lot of data to work with, so you can manipulate the photo much better.
Okay. That is really cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And by the way, I also want to add that also applies to your YouTube channel art, your logo that you're going to be putting up. You want to make sure you create a high quality image, and then, then you put it up on your channel because you want it to look, as you mentioned, crisp and clear and sharp.
I got it. Okay.
Awesome.
I totally appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm looking forward to you coming back again. Guys, please send me your questions. So I'll have them ready for Chris, and he can, dig up the gems that he'll have for us the next time. It is so cool having you on. Do you have any final words? Is there somebody that they should follow, or, something they should be looking into?
I definitely say, here's the thing. Just, I'd say if you want to learn about live streaming, obviously, the Streamyard YouTube channel, follow all the Streamyard accounts. I would say this, first sign up for Streamyard. So I gave you guys the link to that. Sign up for a free account. And then the next thing I would actually do is I would recommend joining our, two things actually. I'd recommend joining our Facebook group.
Okay.
So I'll put the link in here actually for Coach Love here. So join the Facebook group. And the reason I would join that is because you can go and you can ask whatever questions you want. So it doesn't even have to be about Streamyard. You can be like, hey, I have a question about my camera or my microphone or things like that. Microphones, by the way, the most important part of live streaming is the audio, not the video. So keep that in mind. But you could ask us the question like, hey, I've got this microphone. For example, we get a lot of times people are like, well, hey, I'm hearing myself tapping on the keyboard. And a lot of times it's like, well, your microphone is right on your desk. And so for example, as you see here, I have this on an arm. And so it's off of the desk. So I can type and I can move my arms freely. And I don't have to worry about clackety clack on the keyboard and the mic picking all that noise up. So that's something to consider. So I'd recommend definitely joining the StreamYard Facebook group. And then the other thing I think is super important, are all our YouTube videos. And I would say subscribe to the StreamYard YouTube channel. And the reason I would say this is because we go live every single day, 7 days a week, we're live and we're covering various aspects, but we also publish tutorials on different things. So for example, last week I interviewed a guy and we had him talk about your position on your camera. That was 2 weeks. Sorry, that was 2 weeks ago. We talked about camera positioning. So for example, right now, what Coach Love and I did before we started was instead of sitting back like this, I made sure that she and I were both at about the same height because it would look funny if I was up close and she was right there back and vice versa. So we make sure little things like that. So we talked about that. We also talked about audio quality as well, improving the audio quality. For example, for those of you who use AirPods, for example, for your headphones and your little speaker. One thing to keep in mind, by the way, is it sounds great to you, but you need to hear what it sounds like to everyone else. We did a great video actually on that where the guy was literally switching between different mics. And he's like, here's what my current mic sounds like. Here's what the AirPod sounds like. And he went to it and it was night and day difference. It sounded great to him, but what everyone else was hearing was a lot of noise.
So which one was better? Which one was better?
For which part? With or
without the
I would always tell people wear headphones, but I would not use AirPods or actually any Bluetooth connection for live streaming because there is a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So, yeah. For example, I have headphones on right now. You probably can't see these.
Yeah,
I've got headphones.
I see them.
So they go in my ears and then these are actually wired. They go behind my neck and then I run them down my back. And then I have a cable. They're plugged in. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you got a whole. You're literally wearing wiring.
but they're good things to know, because what a lot of people do is they'll wear their earpods, and they're like, here's the big thing when you run AirPods. So
Uh-huh.
AirPods are great for like working out and things like that. But guess what? When I go to, like, say I've got a phone nearby or a tablet and they've been connected to that, those can switch between your laptop and your device.
Yes, that
And
happened
so
to
then
me.
you're like, oh, I can't hear it. My headphones went out or something. And then you go back to the old ones. So, so yeah, so basically, so subscribe to the StreamYard channel on YouTube. That way you get notified about new tutorials we publish. And, we also take your questions and things like that. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. You have one more thing for me to give these guys. I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
sure. No, what's up?
It's up already.
No, what is it? Nope.
I don't. Oh, it's the YouTube channel. That's what it was. Here.
Yes. Yes. The YouTube channel. Yes. So definitely go check out the YouTube channel. And again, I mean, if you have questions, make sure you join our Facebook group. Make sure you join the YouTube channel, and more than happy to help you all out. You'll probably see me in the Facebook group, actually. So I'm in there quite a bit.
I can definitely say get plugged in. These guys are ready to help you, and I just don't know of anybody else that's doing that, that's this connected to their audience, and it's like free coaching on this kind of stuff. It's so cool.
Definitely. And again, I mean, because we love to help, but we also like to be able to provide, a product that can help as well. So, as I mentioned, Streamyard is super easy to use. Before I started working for Streamyard, this is actually what I was using for all my live streams. I was using it because, I was traveling around a bunch, and I had my, I never knew what my internet connection was going to be like. And here's the thing, it worked every single time. And I'll be honest, I was in some very remote locations, places where like, oh, I'm not going to be able to have, not going to be able to live stream in a place that has really low internet. And I was somehow able to use it. So, I've been using it for quite a number of years. So, and I highly recommend it.
Well, you know what? How long has StreamYard been around?
That's a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that one.
Okay.
I'd have to find that one out. But it's been quite a few years. I would say a long, long time. I want to say maybe 2, maybe 3 years.
Okay.
Something along those lines. Yeah. But again, I mean, the key thing is, as I mentioned earlier, it's ease of use. It's the stream stability. So you don't have to worry about going live and worrying about, and by the way, Consuela, yes, we can see your comments authenticating now. Yes. So,
there you go.
But yeah, no, it's the fact that it's easy to use. It's the fact that, there's the stream stability. So like, I don't have to be on a very expensive laptop. I don't have to buy even though gaming laptops work great, I don't have to have a gaming laptop to be able to stream. And then obviously the professionalism, to be able to bring in comments, to multi-stream to multiple channels. You can add, your video clips, you can share videos, you can use it, and then use it pretty much till your heart's content to like whatever you want to do with it. So
it's pretty amazing, man. It has been awesome spending this time with you. I appreciate you so much. I can't wait to have you back again. And wait a minute, I'm going to bring up one last guy. Here we go.
Sure.
There we go. All right.
That's what I like to hear. You learn something for the win. Yes.
Exactly. You know what? I think you're helping everybody get into the flow of their own live streaming. Live streaming is where it's at,
Sounds good. Yeah. So definitely, if anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and you feel free to connect with me. I mean, just look me up online, Christian K, or just put in my last name, and yeah, just get in touch.
All right. Cool beans.
Awesome.
Hey, we're out of here for now, and we'll see you back next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.